Hello, everybody. Peace, love, and a bottle of Heritage, y'all. Merry Christmas, Happy Saturnalia, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate, okay? Let this be a day full of festivities. Fuck all the politics behind it. This is a day full of very, very, very prominent energy since everybody is on a certain frequency, and take advantage of it, okay? So, I am coming with a very, very interesting topic that I should have covered earlier, but I think this topic is really good for differentiating. Hello, really good for differentiating where you are in regards to the occult path or the spiritual path. Okay, and the topic is: are you the left hand path or are you the right hand path? Okay, so basically, what this is just really differentiating belief systems. Okay, differentiating belief systems in regards to esoteric topics. Okay, and this kind of helped me understand why is it that it's really hard for a certain amount of people or some people to really kind of understand occult knowledge. Okay. Yes, I'm drinking a little wine today. You know, got it. But I'm drinking water too, so I'm balancing it out. Okay. So, all right, let's get into it. Okay, so first I'm going to start with what is the right hand path. Okay, so really the right hand path, if you think about it, is something that predominantly everybody in the world partakes in. Okay, so some characteristics for the right hand path, and I have notes here, really include adhering to social convictions. These are the people who avoid taboos. These are the people who have a moral code, or really fixated in moralism. Moralism is like the basis for how they walk and live their life, or walk or live their path. Okay, they believe in some type of judgment, like Oshun's gonna punish me, Allegua's gonna punish me, Jesus is gonna punish me, Allah's gonna punish me. Okay, these are right hand path concepts. Okay, these are the type of people that believe in karma. Okay, what you do unto somebody else is going to be done unto you. Okay, the one goal is to create a spiritual bond with divinity. Okay, it is altruistic. It focuses more on veneration rather than personal evolution. Okay, so it focuses more on the right hand path is really trying to save others. Okay, putting others before yourself, a selfless service. Okay, so you see a lot of this with the age of Pisces. Okay, the age of Pisces is really the age of Christianity. Why? Because on the back of people's cars, you ever notice how it had that little fish and it says Jesus, and Jesus was a fisherman, and Jesus fed, a whole bunch of people with 2 fish or 4 fish or however little fish that he had. Same concept. Okay, this is basically esoterically and subliminally talking about the age of Pisces. Okay, and the right hand path also the right hand path also discredits nature. Okay, so the main systems, like I explained earlier, that really subscribe to this is esoteric Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism as well, New Age, Theosophy, and basically paganism. Okay, but it depends on what type of paganism. Okay, Merry Christmas, Happy Saturnalia, Kwanzaa, like I said, whatever y'all celebrate. Okay, it's a day of festivities, and that's all that matters. All right, so now I'm gonna get to the left-hand path. Okay, the left-hand path is really more so of an occult path. Okay, I'm going to read some of the list of attributions, and I'm going to kind of compare the two and give my opinion on the two. Okay, so the left-hand path attributes and characteristics includes one goal to be basically spiritually liberated. This is the path that uses magical practices such as witchcraft, voodoo, things like that. And that they go against the norm of society or the natural way of thinking. Okay, this also uses sex and rites and spiritual purposes. So the left-hand path basically ties sex in with this spiritual practices. Okay, compared to the left-hand path. I'm sorry, compared to the right-hand path, who shies away from sex. Oh no, sex should be saved for marriage, or sex and magic. Oh no, they don't mix. Sex is a very lustful act. Yada yada yada. The left-hand path also rejects or questions religious dogmatism or morality. The left-hand path respects nature, tries to bond with nature. It is considered an individual way. It's very egocentric, meaning the left-hand path is for the self. Okay, they said that this is considered a very selfish path to go on. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to explain kind of the difference between the two. All right. This in the left-hand path also focuses more on the personal evolution rather than the collective. Okay, so some of the things that some of the practices or systems that kind of go into this is Luciferianism, Satanism, Satanism, paganism, witchcraft, and chaos magic. Okay, which is chaos magic is something that I do. Now I consider myself a left-hand path, and I've been kind of studying different definitions of the left-hand path and right-hand path. And this is what I got from it, okay? Like I said, the right-hand path is something that everybody does. This is something that is of normalcy, right? So these are the type of people what you see with the New Age people, okay? The New Age people are more like, oh, peace, love, and light, and may Gaia be with you and bestow blessings upon you, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? Light, or sometimes, or the superficial distinguish between kind of right-hand path, left-hand path is black magic and dark magic. Okay, like I said, it comes in many classifications. All right, now the thing with the right-hand path tends to really seek, like I said, in my opinion, this is just from my observation dealing with people and dealing with research. Okay, right-hand paths tend to seek things with outside themselves. Okay, these are the type of people that rely on outside forces to govern their life. These are the type of people that probably believe that destiny is already predestined. Okay, wherever God want me to go, I'm gonna go. Or if Ogun is ruling my life, you know what I'm saying, I guess this is how it was destined and is meant to be. Okay, now the left-hand path, like I said, these are the people who take things into their own hands. These are the people who actually, their goal is actually to merge with source. Okay, the goal is to actually become source energy, okay, or become the God over your life instead of just praying to outside forces. Now, when people really talk about the left hand and right hand path, I do agree that you should be selfish, left hand path, okay, because how can you give to others if your cup ain't full? Think about that one, okay? However, right-hand path, like I said, is service to others, which I totally agree on. I came here to help others. I came here to help souls evolve, or to souls to really get to the next step, okay? In their evolution and where they're supposed to be, okay, while I'm in this body, all right? I don't know who is it? I'm busy right now. I'm making a video. So come back later. It's my friends, y'all. Okay. Anyway, I forgot where was I. God damn it. I hate my friends. No, I don't. I don't hate them, but it just came at the wrong time. I'm really in my groove right now, okay? Basically, yeah, so that's kind of my interpretation of left-hand, right-hand path, okay? Now, left-hand path, like I said, I consider myself a left-hand path, but I do kind of take on the characteristics of the right-hand path as well. You know what I'm saying? I do want to give to others. However, I am not subservient to gods, okay? I am not subservient to the laws of nature or the forces of the universe, okay? I make them, thank you. I'll make them work for me, okay? Instead of me working for them. Okay, that's kind of the difference between the left-hand path and right path, okay? Also, the left-hand path, I noticed this too. The left-hand path compared to the right-hand path typically don't believe in delving into things, like I said, that seem taboo, that seem kind of bad, that seem kind of evil. So, for example, sex, drinking, drugs, things like that. Like I said, you see this in Islam, you see this in Christianity, you see this in Buddhism, okay? So these people tend to stray away from those things, which for good reason. Like I said, it does make sense. However, the left-hand path, okay, allows you to delve into those things and master those things, okay? So instead of shying away from sex or shying away from drinking and shying away from drugs, you came here on the left-hand path ideology is you came here to experience life, okay? Life in all aspects, and to master life, okay? Not to run away from every little single thing, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, you deem evil and unholy or unclean. All right. And this is how, you know what I'm saying, religious people really live their lives. Like, oh, I'm not drinking, oh, I'm not doing this. I mean, that's them. You understand? Like I said, that's cool on their part. But when I was taught, okay, oh, you're not supposed to have sex until this. Oh, I was taught a lot of folly, a lot of bullshit. I was taught that, you know, you're not supposed to have sex until you marry. If you've been having sex since this age, what man is going to marry you? Da 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 da. If I was just taught a whole bunch of shit that my soul wasn't sitting right with. This is why I hated going to church. Like, I would kick and scream. I did not like going to church. Okay. And like I said, I said this in my previous video, I used to think it was something wrong with me for going to church. I used to think it was something bad about me because I was annoyed, you know, when they would sing and when they would fucking take off their wigs and shout and catch the Holy Ghost and all that shit. I used to think something was wrong with me because I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when I'm older, I'll feel it, but I'm not feeling it. You know, I just look at them like, what the fuck are y'all doing? So I used to think it was something wrong with me, but come to find out, you know, that was just my soul telling me, my G, this ain't it right here. All right? So I'm saying this is to say, let me see, other characteristics of the right hand path. So like I said, right hand path is more traditional. Like I said, it's based on moralism. It's based on the love and light shit. It's associate gods with being outside of yourself. Okay. The right hand path is very structured. Okay, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being structured, and these are the type of ideology. I'm sorry, that would include the needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few. Sacrifice needs to come before your own. Like I said, this is the path of relying on outside forces. Like I said, certain desires are ignored. And even with this ideology, a lot of people, this is so common because a lot of people are so used to being told what to do. A lot of people are so used to being told, this is your way to live. You don't have much of a choice, right from the time that our parents raised us to the time that we went to school, from the time when we went to college, okay? And I remember I was just thinking about it, too, when I was in elementary school and middle school. They would really be very adamant about following directions, which is good to some extent, okay? But if that's the totality of your thinking, or if that's the totality of your whole mindset, then, you know, how are you going to have discernment on what's best for you? So like I said, this is why left-hand path is so common, because a lot of people rely on outside things to tell them what to do and how to live. Okay, so it's really great to kind of have some type of integration. Personally, like I said, I do subscribe to very little of the right hand path, because for the first half of my life I was right hand path, but then, like I said, over the next few years, I decided to be left hand path and decided to really take control of my life and not allow other things to take control of my life. Okay, so, but also with the left hand path too, you really have to understand with the left hand path, yes, you can't escape karma. Okay, I don't care what nobody says, you can't escape karma long as you abide by the laws of the universe or the Hermetic laws. Okay, I might do a video on that one time soon, but you can't escape karma. Okay, you can, this is what is it called transmutation? Yeah, transmutation is called, basically taking something and rationalizing yourself out of something because you're not this body, okay? And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but this also has to ties into no matter what somebody does, whether it's murder, rape, things like that, they're entitled to do that. Like I said, you have to think about on a larger perspective, okay? Mayat really doesn't concern herself with morality, all right? Mayat is more of a type A energy, or a type of entity that knows, okay, you have free will. Now, if your heart is heavy, that is on you. You know what I'm saying? You can actually rationalize yourself out of feelings, okay? I'm an air sign. I am perfectly, this is where my mastery comes in, okay? So I'm going to do a video on transmutation explaining that later on, okay? But The thing with the left hand path, though, one thing I wanted to mention, the left hand path is very chaotic. Okay, like I said, this is why chaos magic is considered left hand path. Okay, now I didn't run into some people who expressed to me that when they got into occultism, they couldn't take it, so they went back to Christianity. Okay, and I had to understand, like, why do people do that? You know what I'm saying? Why did you do that? And they was explaining to me it was too chaotic. I was getting lost in the darkness. And it didn't take me to understand that the left-hand path, yes, is very taboo. Yes, you have your Luciferians. And yes, you are the master, the captain of your ship, master of your soul. Yes, you are the God of your life. Okay? However, with that chaos on the left-hand path, you need to provide some type of structure based on your standards, whatever that looks like. You need to have some type of structure if you're doing the left-hand path. Okay, so structure not based on anybody else's means, by your means, basically making your own fucking code. Okay, so for example, like me learning all this information and applying it to my life and doing certain magics and certain practices, okay, it does get chaotic. You know what I'm saying? I experienced that too. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I provide some type of structure to my life based on my liking and my standards. Okay, so that's just that's what the left-hand path can take from the right-hand path. Having some type of structures, not based on the collective or not based on a group or a social norm, but that's based on your liking and your standards. Okay, this is the left-hand path. Like I said, left-hand path is you do what you do. Okay, do what you do, know what you're doing, long as you abide by the seven Hermetic laws. Okay, it's nothing that you cannot do. Like I said, that's what the alchemist is. That's what the magician is. Okay. Let me see. Read some comments here. Is it to break traditional magic concepts and rituals and make them your own using imagination? Focus. Absolutely, yeah. So you should always create your own rituals. I know a lot of people, they tend to, which is fine. Like I said, they tend to, if they see like a witch on YouTube or something or read it out of a book, they think they should do it like that, okay? But having the mind of God, like I said, what does God do? God creates. So you create your own rituals. Like I said, it's not the materials that you have in the ritual that works. It's the materials to get you in the alpha wave state for the brain to communicate with the subconscious. And it's your subconscious mind that allows whatever that you desire, whatever your intentions are, to manifest into your external world. Okay, so really gotta be mindful of that. All right. The thing is, also right-hand pathers tend to be the most people who are subjected to curses and who are subjected to riskcraft. Okay, these are the people you see. These are the people that you see who love and light all the time, and people email me talking about, well, this person practices this, but they say they see demons, okay, or whatever. Usually that's because you're one-sided, okay? You don't have any protection because you don't understand what's going on. So of course it's going to seem like an attack to you because you don't understand what the fuck is going on. So right-hand pathers, I really hate to sound sinister, but right-hand pathers are the easiest people to do curses on and spells on, honestly. Because they haven't tapped into that other side. They haven't tapped into the darkness. You got to have light and you got to have darkness, okay? You have to learn how to balance the two. And this is, like I said, what kind of pisses me off about current spirituality now, because they trying to make the New Age movement or the current spirituality into new Christianity or new religion. Because they know that the traditional Christianity, Islam, Judaism, they know that's dying out. They know that a lot of people are moving on to other things. A lot of more people are asking for tarot card readings. A lot of more people are going to see psychics. A lot of more people are interested in sage and crystals and things like that. So they're using the New Age system or the New Age movement to kind of turn the certain spiritualism or spirituality, which is the love and light shit, which is the right hand path, into new Christianity or a new organized religion. Okay, and that's the dangerous thing, because all this information that's coming out right now is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? You can see anything related to chakras and sun gazing. You can see that on fucking the ancient walls. You know what I'm saying? You see that everywhere. Okay? So, everywhere prior to current civilization, okay, or current ideology. So it's nothing new. Ain't nothing new about the information we learn now. It's old shit. All right? So don't let them tell you that shit. Okay? So with right hand path people, I noticed too, these are the type of people who just refuse to take responsibility for their lives. Okay, like I said, this is why religious people are the most suffering people on the planet. Okay, these are the most people who are poor. These are the most people who are sick. These are the most people who are just subjected to so many things. Okay, and with them doing that, the explanation for that, oh, let's pray about it. And don't get me wrong, prayer does work. Okay, because all prayer is doing, like Bobby Hemmings said, all prayer is doing is you just putting a plug into your own ass. All right, prayer does work. Okay, but obviously it's not working enough, or it's something on your end that you're not doing that causing you all this suffering. All right, like I said, religious people, especially Christians, y'all supposed to be God's people, but y'all the number one people who are subjugated to bullshit. Y'all the number one people who are poor. Y'all are the number one people who are sick, always in the hospital. Y'all the number one people who just living life full of agony and suffering. Like I said, not all, but majority, okay? Because I said this in another video. The idea behind Christianity, I'm only speaking on Christianity because this is what I was raised up on, and as a black woman, the black community is really prominent and really subscribes to Christianity the most, okay? I say this, I forgot what I was about to say. I was just going on and on and on. I always do that. I don't like that. Because religious people or Christian people think that it's okay to suffer because Jesus suffered. You know what I'm saying? So when you, and I've had people rebuttal me of that. Well, Jesus didn't need no money, and Jesus did this, and Jesus did that. Okay, even if Jesus was real, look at the cost of living compared to now. Compared to now, you know, compared to back then, probably 6,000 years ago when they allegedly said that Jesus walked the earth. It's completely different. So, yeah, you wouldn't need much money then, but compared to now, that shit don't work now, you know? So a lot of religious people think it's okay to suffer because their savior suffered. And like I said, that's just how you get fucked up. Really. Honestly, you're going to need something harder to protect you. You're going to need something more stronger to will protection for you. Okay? And how do you do that? You balance it out with the left-hand path. Okay? So, and even with the light and darkness shit, like I said, right-hand path is more, you know, like I said, with the wickedness of white magic and peace, love, and light and all that other jazz, and it's just sick. It makes me sick. It makes me really fucking sick. Like, that don't mean I don't like being nice. I like being nice to people, but it's just like I understand the other side of life. I understand that the other side of life ain't peace, love, and light all the time. And in that retrospect, I need something to protect me. I need to dive into my primal desires, okay? And even in people in the right-hand path, they don't look within themselves. They're afraid of their own demons, okay? And when you're working with demons, you know what I'm saying? Demons are just a reflection of you. Just how the gods are a reflection of human characteristics, so are demons. But demons are more a reflection of your primal characteristics that people are afraid of admitting or delving into, like obsession, possession, sex, lust, control, greed, selfishness, things like that. Okay, so like I said, hand people, they be the most people who be inflicting trauma on other people. Like I said, and I've seen this with my two eyes. I have the ability to psychoanalyze people. I don't mean to, but it's just a gift that I have. I can easily kind of be somebody's psychologist. I can easily see into their subconscious. I can easily tell, okay, what is going on? What are their motives? Okay, why are they saying what they're saying? Okay, and like a lot of right-hand people, they don't delve into their own darkness. You know, they don't heal their traumas. They just think that they're gonna fucking save that shit away. And just like I said, this is why shadow work is very important. Because if you don't do shadow work, at least you can make your demons work for you. At least you could be at least knowledgeable about your demons. But nobody does that. So you sitting here making the world a fucking horrible place because you're projecting the trauma that you should have been dealt with before you got into spirituality. You're projecting your traumas on your children. You're projecting your traumas on your relationship. You're projecting your traumas on your friends. Okay, you just making the world a fucking horrible place because you refuse to delve into your subconscious and delve into your shadows. Okay, and that's just not going to be conducive for you. Love and light is not fucking all the time. And too much light will blind your ass. Light is the illusion. Okay? Light is illusion. It is good to have light sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to kind of see your way to the darkness and have clarity in the darkness. However, I have to think about this too. Light will be, for example, we know that the sky isn't really blue. Okay, the sky, because of the light that reflects into the atmosphere and then Rayleigh scattering happens, this is why the atmosphere seems blue. Okay, because of Rayleigh scattering, okay, and light refraction, okay. But at the end of the day, when the sun goes away, when it's nighttime, the real deal or the real color of the sky is actually darkness. Okay, so you got light or sunlight projecting that this is the real color of Earth, but it's just a whole bunch of fragments and refractions of fucking light. And like I said, too much light will blind your ass. Light is illusion. Okay, like I said, it's good to have light sometimes. It's good to have light to balance out the darkness. Okay, because you got night and day. If you look at the Empress, the High Priestess card in the tarot deck, she's standing between two pillars. A light pillar and a dark pillar. So obviously that represents higher self, lower self, male, female, any other thing that you can think that are polar opposites, all right? So like I said, when you're studying this information, you have to apply it to your environment. You have to apply it to basic things that you already know, okay? That is what the true researcher is. A true researcher or the true student applies concepts and kind of relates it to what it already knows. Like I said, this is why I like science so much, because everything that I learn, everything I study either comes back to science or biology, things that I've always been interested in, okay? So, left-hand path, right? The left-hand path, I think, is really beneficial because it brings chaos, okay? Now, chaos is chaos brings growth. Okay, at the end of the day, we see a lot of these concepts in spiritual texts or spiritual concepts, such as Oya. Oya is known as to bring chaos, okay? Oya destroys and she rebuilds. Same thing with Kali. Kali destroys the ego. Kali destroys the things that no longer serve. Same thing with Taurus and Scorpio, okay? Taurus is meant for stability, meant for comfortability, meant for building your own and reaping what you sow and reaping the seeds that you plant. But Scorpio, segment 2, yeah, I forgot about segment. Scorpio is also, Scorpio is kind of the opposite of that. This is why Taurus and Scorpio are opposite signs, okay? Scorpio, which is also represented by Oya, represents destruction. Okay, represents, okay, I'm here to shake up your instability. I'm here to shake up your stability so that you can have the emotional fortitude to handle these changes. Okay, that's what chaos is. Chaos is really good for growth. All right, so this is also where Set or Satan comes from, because Set also represents not only the left-hand path, but Set also represents chaos. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that too. Okay, so really, like I said, depending on where you are, you can really identify between the left and the right hand path. Okay, it's really dependent on you. It's really and like I said, this is really imperative for understanding people with different views and different religions. Nobody is wrong. Like I said, nobody is wrong. nothing is real, all is permitted. Everything is permitted, everything is possible, everything is acceptable. Okay, like I said, it's your mind that makes it real. Like I said, so if people believe that a man named Jesus in some flip-flops and a Jerry curl is coming out to save them, that is real to them. If you believe that voodoo and dark magic and your ancestors is the forces behind you, that is what is real to you. Okay, because it's your mind that is running everything. It is not, like I said, it's not some omnipresent thing. The omnipresent thing gives everybody free will to do what the fuck it wants to do. Like I said, and that's a lot of responsibility for somebody who doesn't understand the left-hand path, you know, because they see it as chaotic. And even when I used to talk to, you know, Christian people about, you know, who I am, what I practice, and the things like that, they just be like, oh, it just seems not structured, and it's not structured at all. Well, yeah, it's not meant to be structured, but I bring the structure to them. And a lot of people, like I said, find it so hard to be accountable for their lives. A lot of people find it so hard to really be, and it's a scary thing for people. I can understand. It's a scary thing for people to be like, okay, I'm really in control of my life. So just to think that the reason why I'm not getting a man is because of me. The reason why I'm still poor is because of me. The reason why my children is turning out the way that they are is because of me. That's a lot of responsibility that will shake people's lives up. And I understand why the left-hand path isn't for everybody, because the left-hand path allows you to take a responsibility. You have to take responsibility of the things that occur in your life. And like I said, it's easy for people to follow. It's easy for people to be a part of the crowd. Because that's what public school education does. Public school education, it programs you to follow directions. It programs you to rely on somebody of yourself to keep you in control. You know, that is what it is. And even with the black community, which most people in the black community are right-hand path, this is why we're subjugated to a lot of bullshit. Police brutality, you know, get fucked over in the court, because we're so right-hand path, okay? We so believe that, you know, this God in the sky is gonna come save us and kind of gonna come do things for us. However, and it's just like, it just blows my mind, like the ignorance of niggas and the fucking audacity of niggas to think that Jesus is gonna come save them at their state now, when at the end of the day, 300, 400 years ago, the Africans who were here, who were enslaved, needed Jesus then more than niggas need Jesus now. So if Jesus ain't come save our ancestors who were on the plantation, Jesus definitely ain't gonna come save your ass. You know what I'm saying? You driving a Nissan and you got an apartment and you're paying rent and you living good compared to your ancestors 200, 200 years ago in this country. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, like I said, it just blows my mind. So being able to understand the left-hand, right-hand path kind of gives you the understanding of where people's minds are. Therefore, you don't feel like you need to shove certain information down their throat, because literally their understanding and their like being on a different frequency than somebody else, it doesn't matter how much logic you put into it. It doesn't matter how much you try to discern and show them the esoteric patterns between the same deity. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. So, like I said, with the left-hand, right-hand path, like I said, it's the same destination. I mean, it's the two different paths that gets to the same destination. Okay, but like I said, usually with people with the right-hand path, religious people, like I said, they really think, you know, which is true. Like, they're going to go to heaven and it's going to be angels and everybody look the same and everything's going to be good. But little do they know that's a form of purgatory. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the light when you die, that's a form of purgatory. So yeah, you're going to be living in a world full of milk and honey and golden gates and angels butt naked and shit. But at the same time, when you live that every day, or every day in times relative to the spirit world, because the spirit realm's time is different from this time, you're going to realize you're doing the same shit and be like, damn, my G, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to have to reincarnate do that shit all over again. And usually people who do that shit or experience that Christian heaven or that Islam heaven or that Judaism heaven, they usually come down here and they usually rebel against religion because they understand on their soul level, which I think I was one of those people in probably my past life, you know what I'm saying? I probably did subscribe to Christianity and a lot of them shits. I was probably very dogmatic. So I ended up dying, probably going to heaven and realizing, no, my G, this ain't it. So I had to reincarnate here, and I had a very rebellious soul as a child, and because I knew, a part of me knew, okay, a part of me knew that this wasn't it, okay? So, like I said, for the black community, in regards to left hand, right hand path, my advice is to save your goddamn self. I say this all the time. Save yourself. Now, this doesn't mean when you're on the left hand path, you be completely selfish. You can be. Okay, you can be completely selfish. Like, if this is not adding to me, what does it have to do with me? Or how does this affect me if it's not adding to me? However, this does not mean just be selfish all the time. Like I said, I'm a left-hand pather. I don't even like to box myself in, but according to this theory, I would be considered on the left-hand path. You know what I'm saying? But I still help people. I'm very generous with my friends. I help my coworkers, you know, whether it's buying them things they don't have the money for it, or, you know, whether, you know, some kids is on the street and they asking for $1, because that's happened to me a few times. I give them $1. I mean, it's a fucking dollar. So just little things like that. So just because you're on the left-hand path and it's a very selfish path, okay, doesn't mean that, you know, you be a dickhead. Like I said, you can, because you got free will, all is permitted. That's completely fine. But emotionally, that doesn't satisfy me to be completely selfish. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm very, very selfish. But if it comes down to, you know, giving something that I have and something that won't demolish me completely or take away from me completely, then, you know, I'll definitely help. Okay? So, like I said, I've seen my whole life with left-hand pathers. It's people in my family who subscribe to Christianity who all their lives they've given and they lived for other people, and now they're going to die with nothing because they've sitting here filling other people's cups up and their cup is not full. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a type of life I want to live. I don't want to live a life like that. So, like I say, even though the concept is wonderful, the concept is beautiful, about giving to others and being of service to others, you do have to fill your cup up first, okay? You do have to delve into the darkness. You do have to be selfish. You do have to do self-preservation, because when you are dead, okay, ain't nobody gonna die. Ain't nobody your soul is not going to experience a journey with another soul, okay, when you get to the spirit realm, okay, or when you get to the afterlife or whatever the fuck, okay? It's going to be you by yourself. Okay, it's going to be you by yourself trying to figure out the shit, like, how did I get here, what's next, and what's things like that, okay? So, take care of yourself. Fill up your cup before you fill others' cups, okay? Like I said, this is not me trying to convert people to the left-hand path, but this is just my truth. I speak what I so choose, and I have spoken. Okay, so I really wanted to come and really kind of break that down, really a little bit. So, yeah, so it's all about balance. Balancing your lightness with your darkness, basically, okay? You can't be too light because that's how you get taken advantage of. That's how, like I said, people who are on a love and light path, these are the easiest people to do curses on. These are the easiest people to do spells on. These are the easiest people to take advantage of. And these are the easiest people to, you know, to wreak havoc on. Like, they're guinea pigs. And like I said, I've done this a couple times, you know. This is my dark side. My dark side, I like to do spells on people when I'm bored. At least I admit it, like, you know what I'm saying, because it's easy. Right-hand people are very easy to manipulate, okay? They're very easy. So, like I said, this is why it's really good to have kind of both. So you can kind of subject yourself to all that darkness and all that taboo shit. So if an outside opposing force tries to come and interfere with you, you'll be ready, or it won't work. You know what I'm saying? I don't think curses can work on me. You know what I'm saying? It could try, but I'm really good at transmutation. I'm really good at alchemy. I'm really good at delving into the darkness. So things like that probably won't get to me. So that is what it is. And it probably will fuel me, if anything. If any black magic got inflicted on me, it probably would just make me stronger. I don't know, just a theory. So, that is it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and mosey on out of here if y'all ain't got no questions. Yeah, I really appreciate someone like put that bad juju on me. Okay, then transmute it. Transmute it. Okay, and honestly, if you think somebody put a curse on you or some bad juju on you and you're subscribing to that, then of course you're going to live that out. But if you understand, like I said, who you are on a very powerful level, and you're not going to be subjugated by somebody else's power, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes me mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I was one time in the spirit world, and this entity tried to cover my face and cover my mouth, and I got mad as fuck. Like, who the fuck do you think you are trying to, you know, I don't like being controlled. I don't like being subjugated to somebody else's power, okay? So you really got to have that mindset, like, okay, like, your power isn't greater than mine. You know what I'm saying? You really got to have that big dick energy is what they call it. Your power isn't greater than mine. It might be egotistical, or it might be a little arrogant, but I've been breaking years of bad juju all year, yeah. Actually, in some cases, you have to pick a side. Is that the Jedi Sith thing? You don't really have. This is what the middle path is for. You have the middle path too. The middle path is not picking a side. And a perfect example of the middle path will be: are you Republican or are you Democrat? I'm neither, because I understand Republicans and Democrats are just two different fangs on the same snake. So there is a middle path. Like I said, you can bend the laws of nature. Okay, you can bend the laws of you can bend universal laws. Like I said, as long as you stay in cohesion, or as long as you apply the 7 karmic laws, you can really do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can break karma. You can benefit off of any selfish desire that you have. When I say literally, you can do whatever you want to do. There's nobody in the sky judging you but you. You are the only person that makes your heart heavy. All right? I was so mad when I found out people are crazy. So yeah, people are crazy, but that's why you get on your, you know who you are. It's not even on a, you're not saying egotistical thing. You just know who you are. Are you going to be subjugated to somebody else's power? Are you going to be the predator? Or are you going to be the prey? Simple as that. You decide on that. So that is it, y'all. Honestly, I'm going to get up out of here because the friends who were knocking at my door, they're texting me. And we're supposed to be going to dinner. That was my only Christmas Saturnalia plans. But I hope y'all took advantage of that winter solstice energy that just passed. I hope y'all took advantage of that full moon that just passed. And I hope y'all take advantage of today and really kind of cipher or make the energy of the planet, because the energy of the planet is in Christmas mode right now. It's a lot of energy from everybody on the planet going on right now. So use that to your benefit. Use that to manifest that what you desire. Use that to manifest the life that you want to live, okay? As long as it doesn't, impede on the free will of others. If it does, and that's your cup of tea, I'm not judging you, okay? Like I said, get drunk, spend time with family, spend time with friends, and spend time by yourself, or do some rituals by yourself. So that's really all I have to say. With that being said, I love y'all so very much. If you are interested in reading or anything else like that, please feel free to contact me. I am making a lot more time available to do readings because, like I said, I've just been busy, not only healing my past traumas from this year or the things that I've went through and transmuting that, but also busy with external things where I want to go in life. I'm 20, okay, and I'm realizing I'm about to be 24 this year, so I'm really trying to I'm already tipsy. You better catch up, lady. I ain't trying to be drunk, okay? I just want to be like at a normal, but like I said, I'm glad I can deliver this message today. I love y'all so much, man. Please enjoy y'all day. Bye.